Or you did.
Alright, so we watched 4 episodes. We're gonna call it a night, but we're gonna talk about what happened, I guess, our impressions.
Yeah, I think we watched 5. Oh, that's right, it was 4, never mind.
That was 4.
I don't know what I was thinking, we watched 5.
5 to 6 to 8.
Who put in my head that we watched 5? Was it you, Caesar?
No one said 5, we always watch 4.
Oh.
For our one viewer that we're at the moment.
We lost a lot.
Yeah.
Because Tony was not the center of the attention.
Yeah, because they couldn't gaze onto Tony's marvelous figure.
Ooh.
Sarcastic question.
I mean, fewer jokes or questions.
I know you're learning.
Alright, well, one thing I wanted to just say it right off the bat is, how the fuck did he forget about Kotome? Kotome? Kitome?
Kitome?
Kotome.
K-I-T-O.
Which one is that one again? The
girl right now.
Yeah, the twin girl.
No, not the twin.
The
girl, the smart girl right now.
The twin tail
girl. The one with the Dragon Balls on her head?
Yeah, the one with the Dragon Balls, yes.
Krillin.
Krillin. Kitome? Isn't it Kotome?
No, I just spelled it out for you, like the same. K-I-T-O-M-I.
Okay, Kitome. How? Okay, so like if something that traumatic happened in your childhood, you look like he looked like he was like 9. You wouldn't remember?
Bro.
Like, it's like there's fire and
but
death.
then again, they always do that for every.
It's traumatic. You don't really remember.
At this point, though, that's what it seems. That's why I'm wondering. It's like, why wouldn't you remember unless if they hit you in the head, or was that bad of an experience that you just completely forget?
I guess.
No, he remembers
the event. I guess he lost all focus as soon as his arm injury. Cause
well, a lot of shit has happened to him, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he did lose his mother too, so I guess he had a lot on his plate.
Like
that is true.
Still,
he lost his mother.
He probably remembers the naughty.
He lost his arm.
He didn't. Yeah, he lost his ability to lift his arm.
I wonder because he's having those flashbacks in that same house. So did that event happen on that house? Because I mean,
that event happened on that house, her house.
Okay, so I mean, like,
his house.
yeah, I guess it's still that's a little still my argument where I'm like, how the fuck did he not remember? It's the same house.
I know, right? They're in the same building.
So the same house.
So the car crashed into the house.
Which one?
What
car? What car?
What car?
Oh no, because the newspaper said the car.
No,
the car
it's just a separate. Yeah, well, so like when that car crash happened, like
the one newspaper told everything.
That is true. Like of all the thousands of pieces of paper that were on that room, the one that explains what happened fell right in front of them.
Extraordinary couple, H-O-Z.
Like beautiful couple, dead. Car accident.
Car accident.
Well,
car crash.
It's just all for the plot convenience.
Yeah, and then
unless it was the Winter Soldier, because accidents happen. I don't know. It was Hydra, man.
What the fuck?
It was Hydra. It was Hydra all along.
She's the female version of Iron Man.
I don't know.
Gonna be more violence.
It's just like, how could you just forget that happened? Like
yeah.
going back at it, it's like, yeah, a lot of shit has happened to him that probably push it away. But at the same time, it's like if at the moment that he was starting to have those flashbacks, it's like, how do you not just remember?
Yeah, and especially being in the same town.
Being same town, like, I guess I could like see maybe. Well, they'll explain it more, but in other future episodes.
But I feel like again, it's because of his problem. Because remember, he became a delinquent. So I guess in a way, being a delinquent in his definition is isolating yourself from the whole world and just doing your own thing.
Well,
because that's what he pretty much did. He doesn't really want to talk to people until he met Nagisa, and he's coming back to his himself, I guess, or being active.
Well, then like it's more like he's trying to forget everything, sort of thing.
Pretty much.
Like he experiences stuff, and then he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna forget about it all, and be a delinquent. You think that's?
Well, yeah, because I guess I feel like everything's connected. Like if you remember one bad thing, it leads to other bad things that happen in your life. You start clicking like all those connections, and then you're like, ah,
Oh!
yeah, like that.
Bye, Bobby.
You stop being constipated, and then you're like, fuck.
Ah.
Well, I guess it would make sense, but that's a little bit too forced, you know. It's like this guy is what? He's there like 16.
I thought he was
Senior. Senior?
Well, 3. If they're 3, it's supposed to be junior.
I thought they were 3.
Yeah, junior. So they're like no, but it's different. They have it. Well, I don't know.
No, they go by year. Year 1 is freshmen.
Mm-hmm.
But class A, class B, those are just classes. I guess your own your class that you take. I guess.
Well,
the classes, not classes, but I mean like the whole. You know, like when you go to like school, like your own little people. Like class A is like.
You're talking about like a homeroom?
Yeah, homeroom.
homerooms. Well, all I'm saying is, I don't believe that he just completely forgot about her, like that. You know.
You think there's more to it? Like maybe somebody.
I feel like there was something that jabbed his memory or like blocked his memory.
Yeah.
Because that's just like, oh, how could you forget about the fire, and
Oh,
her?
yeah, right.
Do you think it has to do something with the Batman? Because he
About
said like,
maybe
there's more
something with
people.
the smart people, like
Mhm.
the facility that they worked with. But
What if he got into an accident with the fire?
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
that's
something
how-
had to like make him forget.
So he
Otherwise, right now it's just like.
So he probably got hurt and
Yeah.
then woke up in the hospital, and then he's like, "Who are you?" And then she's like, "Oh,
It's like
no.
it's best that we don't tell him.
Yeah.
I'll be a good girl so nothing happens to other people." And I guess she.
Well, that was a separate thing. That was a separate thing with
everything's okay.
Kitome and her parents. That's a different thing. Like, they died from a car accident, and she's like, "Oh, I'll be a good person." Were they in the car? Huh?
Was the same car accident?
That's a different thing. No, like
No,
there was a
it's
fire,
yeah,
and
there was a fire.
and then
The fire could have
killed.
been an accident, or she caused it for being angry or sad.
I think her violent powers.
Yeah, her violent powers.
Yeah, and it looks like the bad man was probably like the caretaker, like watching over her.
Yeah, because she's basically. I mean, why would you leave a young kid that whole house? You know?
Yeah.
Even our parents could, right, Alex? They didn't let us. Like, they'd take us to our uncle like 2 blocks away. Like, damn,
Yeah,
if I
for-
would be alone like the rest of them.
I want to be by myself.
Yeah, there's food, cereal. There's cereal.
And speaking of alone, that ending with Fuko. Oh.
Oh yeah, right.
Like, jeez.
Oh jeez.
Jeez, man.
Everybody remembered.
They all remembered
It
because
is
of her
exactly how I
photo.
pictured it. Now, because I was holding back.
Wait, what? Oh, you were holding back?
Yeah, I was remembering. Like, oh
Yeah.
shit. I was like,
He's gonna tell us.
Tomoya, like, oh crap. Now I remember. Like right now, when I was telling you, giving you a little hint, it was like, right. All the shit is coming back to me. Like, oh my god. Now I know what's going
So
on.
you had a little Fuko
Yeah.
moment where
Yeah.
like you forgot everything and
wait,
then
what-
you just
when
remembered
all the
all.
episodes came a little extra more.
Wait, when did you
detailed.
watch this?
True.
This is like a long time ago. I think I watched it like 2010. I think.
Oh.
That's when I started like watching.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that's when I
that when
started.
you were watching like a whole lot of anime.
I
Yeah.
just realized,
On the laptop.
did you just change her hair? The one on the bottom left? It's supposed to be purple, wasn't it?
It's the other girl, remember?
Oh, it's another one?
The president, the student council.
Oh.
Left, yeah, it's the
Oh, fucking, they all
Study.
kind of look alike a
Student
bit.
Yeah, I know, they're all purple.
Yeah, we
Like,
went-
that guy-
We went over this
Yeah.
episode 1.
Yeah.
Stream number 1. They all look alike, except for the hair.
There's a lot of
Just the
purples.
hair that gives you
School must smell like grapes.
grapes.
The grapes.
There's food.
Yeah, at one point on the was it on the last episode, 2 episodes ago, there was a lot of purple.
There was a lot of fur.
Either the artists, they're into purple.
Honestly, like the only way that I could differentiate the 3 of them is by the length of their hair and the little cat ear thing that they have on top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So which kind of girl will you go after, Alex?
Yeah, Alex, the one that's dead or the one that's
The one that's in a coma?
the one that's in a coma, probably dead because we don't really know for sure at this moment. Or they all have problems.
no.
X ex fighter or student council president.
You know, a tough one.
Yeah.
I'll probably have to kind of keep seeing more just to kind of see.
One of the twin sisters. The one with the little moped. The fortune teller.
Moped.
Moped.
The fortune teller.
Motorized pedal cycle.
Big boobs genius.
Big booby genius can cook.
And Nagisa.
And Nagisa.
Free bread, Alex.
The ditzy,
Or the
well-rounded one, I guess.
Or the caretaker of the dormitory.
She's not even part of it.
Well, I'm adding her.
They're all part of it.
They're all part of it, especially Sana.
They're all in it.
Or men? You want the
Men?
men? The men?
Men?
I don't know, I'll have to keep seeing just to kind of see their personalities. Yeah.
You want to get what you say?
You say, who say?
I remembered some of their names while editing the videos.
Or the robot.
So
The
like
robot.
The robot? Yeah, he's pretty funky.
the random little robot.
The robot.
Someone has to die.
Oh my God.
They're gonna go into that purgatory place, and we'll be like, God damn.
Definitely the guy.
It's like you're-
Definitely
What
the
is
guy.
that purgatory? What is that? It's that weird
Foreshadow or
universe that guy was
something,
talking
I
about.
don't know.
What?
What was that purgatory? Where was that one weird place that one guy was talking about?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, the molecule dimension realm that they were trying to discover, maybe.
Or maybe he wasn't. Or maybe he just meant the subatomic world. So it's not really anything that
He just
spectacular.
I think he only mentioned like two sentences. Yeah, it's too complicated.
Yeah, he was like, he said the word twice, and then the other guy's like, that sounds too complicated.
That's too
I'm
complicated.
like, yeah, but it's all you need to know
That's all I
to
can say.
to explain their genius. They were probably murdered. That was no accident.
Telling you, Hydra, man.
Hydra.
So within the group,
rabbit.
man.
Oh, the rabbit. There you go.
Mhm.
The rabbit.
That was the
The
rabbit.
rabbit killed the family.
They gotta explain the rabbit and the deer.
What if it was? What if the subatomic world is the thing with the balls?
Or Dragon Balls.
No.
Her little Dragon Balls in her hair.
Maybe she holds the antidote.
She just needs 2 more. Wait, there's 7.
7.
She needs 3 more. It's useless. There's no hope.
I'm kind of surprised that the old lady from the shop, like when she said like, oh, like she, you know, she recognized her, recognized her, but she didn't say anything really.
Yeah, the family.
Yeah, like
the-
she knew them.
The random old lady would have definitely, in the real world, have said something
Mhm.
like, "Oh, you're the you're the daughter.
Oh, the
Oh,
accent.
Poor you." Like
Mhm.
after the accident
wasn't
of
she
your parents.
The
Mhm.
cafeteria.
The cafeteria lady.
Yeah, the cafeteria.
Oh,
lady.
then I guess she probably
She was
wouldn't have.
tired. She had a bad day.
She was like, "I have been dealing with these
The
kids for too long."
Mhm.
Giving them
Would the cafeteria,
food.
say it?
Huh?
Would the cafeteria be the one to spill the beans?
Literally,
And
because the
what-
cafeteria.
Right?
What do they get like fired or something? Like if it's. Some,
I mean, the real.
I guess I could have.
We
in the
probably
real-
would have found out.
Well, I guess I could get away with it.
Mm.
You know how rumors start. You know. They go-
Yeah. No, especially with that lady, because you know how old ladies are. They like to
Mhm,
gossip.
they like to
Like we
fucking
should've
gossip.
talked
Hell
about
yeah.
That poor child.
Poor girl, poor
Parentless.
you. Definitely.
Why didn't understand what happened? Because science.
It was just a car crash. There's no science behind
But it was a
it.
more complicated
There
car.
was no time for them to do the science.
It went through the 9th dimension. Like, couldn't comprehend what happened. But there was a car, then bodies next to it.
The
And
paramedics
then
were, like,
a
scratching their heads.
They're
hose
like,
just
where's
like
your science
combusted.
now? At that moment, the parents knew they were fucked. Their
At that
science
moment.
was no match against the car accident.
But yeah, when she saw that car accident, like, yeah, I was thinking, like, at first I thought she saw something.
Mhm.
But then, like,
Which is
the car accident is like
because I think
PTSD sort of thing.
Mhm.
PTSD right there.
Bad man, yeah, that'll probably be the people after.
The bad men were the scientists that were in their
Maybe
parents'
forcing
group.
the parents.
And I'm guessing they were
And they
playing
hired
them
that
out.
person to keep
Were
an
they
eye
like drag
just in
racing or
case.
something? Were they
No,
science
I feel-
drag racing?
Maybe it's more like they were taking her parents away from her, so she kind of like just associated that they were bad men because
And then
they
were-
left her alone for it.
So they probably went rush back to her, and they crashed.
No, because the bad man said that like they cared about her, like they wanted to say sorry to her about the accident or like the stuff that had happened. He vaguely said it. So I don't think they were bad to her or anything. I think they were just taking her parents away from her. So she just kind of associates them as bad.
Yeah.
Since she was a little girl, she didn't really know. That's what I.
Yeah. It seems possible with that. Especially being like like how you said, just being a kid. Yeah, just the way they interpret things.
And like the rich girl's like, oh, I want him.
I think that's probably like the
harem?
craziest
I heard that
thing.
word being used when they were talking about Kim Jong Un.
The what?
What do you mean to say harem? I heard that word being used when they were talking about Kim Jong Un.
A harem?
Yeah.
You don't know what a harem is?
Like,
or what? What
like
are
a
you...
lab.
Elaborate.
It's very simple, Tony. One boy surrounded by girls.
Yeah.
Oh.
There could be more girls, more than 6.
Girls. But it's mostly 6. Each one represents a type of girl that you might be into.
Yes, I put a little graph on the last video that we did.
That explains it.
Yeah, if you
What a harem
go
is?
to my channel, guys.
There it
All
is.
about. This is when you're surrounded by girls at the harem.
Yeah, when it's one dude with surrounded by a bunch of other girls. Sometimes the girl is a boy. Sometimes.
It could be, what's it called, My Starry Sky or Starry Sky. It's the other way around. Like it's the girl and then there's like a bunch of guys.
There's that one anime
So does that mean that Kim Jong Un is surrounded by girls?
No.
That's what-
I really
that's
don't
what-
know what you're even talking
No,
about.
like
though.
I think it's like a documentary, and they brought it up that each of the North Korean dictators had a harem of something, and I'm like, what?
Well, there's also an actual meaning, an actual word, harem. In former times, the separate part of a Muslim household is reserved for wives, concubines, and female servants. So maybe that's what,
That's what he was talking about.
you know, servants with the females.
But they're not really servants. Well, then again, they kind of do everything for the guy. Because he's just like a husk.
And the reverse harem. Harem did the housework, wives, and
I don't know, man.
concubines.
Yeah, some harem animes are pretty good.
Yeah, there's
I went
those
to that route.
reverse harems. Like, I forgot the name of it.
The Smurfs?
No, there's this girl in the first episode. She's chubby, and then like she likes some dudes in class, or like there's the popular dudes. But she's chubby, so she has like she's very insecure about herself.
Aroused her anyway.
And then she was into like this show or something, and her show someone died, like they killed him off, and so she was like very sad about the show, like the show character. So she was depressed and locked herself in a room for like a week, and she lost all her weight. So then all of a sudden, all the guys that she liked her or whatever in class, they were falling for her. So it was a reverse harem.
Shouldn't that be the other way around?
What?
You lock yourself in the room for like a week or like however long. Don't you usually gain weight?
Yes, but
No,
it's
but
just,
she didn't eat.
yeah.
She was just in bed for like.
Then again, it's just like one punch. Like he just did 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and he could break half
But
the
very-
moon.
Or if you do that, it's a time where you get even fatter.
He
and then you
loses
lose it
his
all.
hair.
Yeah, well, that was the first episode, and like, but yeah, in that one, it's like reverse harem, where there's like 5 dudes and then the one girl. I feel like I've seen another one.
The Smurfs? And there's like one Smurfette.
I guess you could call that a harem, Tony, but it's not an anime. Again,
It's
Yeah.
Belgian. You know what they call cartoons in French? Anime.
you know
This is
what,
on
Tony?
anime.
That's not That's not a German. It's an American. Starry is German.
No wait. Well, technically the comic thing, which is also called a bande dessinée, which is like a manga, but it's French. I mean, but it's Belgian. That's Belgian.
But it wasn't
but the show it's American, I think.
No, wait. The story was actually just a written story, though.
It was.
Wasn't it? Oh shit. You're right, Tony. The Smurfs was the first created and introduced as a series of comic characters by the Belgian comic artist Peyo, the pen name of Pierre Colliford, in 1958.
Belgian.
where they were known as less smart,
Les Schtroumpfs.
less Strumpfs.
The shroom.
Some say they were commies.
So it was a Belgian comic.
Yes.
Oh.
Were they racist?
I don't know.
Well, it's not a manga because it's not an actual. Because it's a comic.
But it's not a comic either.
What is it? Yeah, it's a comic. It says right there. It's a comic.
Oh. Well, fine, it's a comic. It's just easier.
It says right here in Google, Tony. You cannot go against Google.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. They're just comic books. Yeah.
What have we covered?
Well, I don't think we covered yet about your thoughts on of Fuku like appearing now, like just randomly.
Yeah.
You kind of like that or not? For
Yeah.
me, I kind of don't like that.
Because they're trying to, because like it
But-
felt like, but then again, like, if she doesn't pop up again, or they don't even visit her, it's just like somewhat like a waste. Because she just shows up and okay, bye. You know, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like an arc and that's over, like a chapter.
Well, yeah, but like I felt like I was a little bit disappointed
Mm-hmm.
at the end of her arc, as he put it. Of course, I didn't want her to die, but what I'm saying is that if you're gonna essentially kill her off, just do it in a big way.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they could have done it is that she could have they could have confirmed that she died.
Because right now we don't know.
Yeah, right now we don't know.
Oh yeah, they never confirmed
Because
it.
back
They
then-
never confirmed it because they want to have her reoccurring,
Yeah, 'cause,
coming back in presence and whatever.
Like the reason she popped out was there was no trigger of them remembering her whatsoever. Because they themselves said, "Who the fuck are you?" They didn't remember anything. So they destroyed the logic behind, like, in order for her to appear, you need to remember.
Yeah.
Remember her.
Yeah, that.
Everybody in the audience like saw the little kid, or like they saw her. So now it's more comical, and now she's like.
Yeah.
I guess
Now
you
it.
say-
Yeah. Like right now it's more comical. Whereas like, if they had finished her off, they they did it like. They lost completely all of their memories of her, and just have every now and then like a resemblance of her.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like how in the first part of the episode, after she had disappeared,
Or, yeah.
like they kind of remembered a little bit because of the star. I think they saw the star, or what was it? Something they saw made them remember.
Yeah, I guess and she showed up, but it wasn't the starfish, because they would have said Fuko, but no,
Yeah.
they were more focused on the thing.
Something happened. Yeah, like when he got hit by the motorbike, and then they remembered Fuko. That's what I thought would have happened. Like from then on, it's like they would just every now and then remember a little bit, and like that would kind of like motivate them, be more
or
happy.
she's already free, like her dream already came true because she brought everyone together for
Yeah.
her sister's wedding.
Like I feel like that would have been better than just like have it like ambiguous whether she died or not. Or they could have done an ambiguous ending for her, but then just not really like bring her back the way they did.
Mm-hmm.
Because now it's like she's dead, but it's okay. Like you'll see her again every now and then.
Yeah, 'cause,
Like,
like the way they did it, like, holy crap.
and I'm not mad or happy about that, but I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, 'cause
It makes. I mean, like, why the fuck not? Since
because it doesn't make sense. Like, how the hell she appeared if nobody knows her,
Mm-hmm.
and then she finally appeared when they finally remember at the very beginning, or the other one.
Yeah.
But they're basically cutting off, because they kind of do that, I guess, in everything. Like X-Men. Remember Storm's her accent? She had an accent. X-Men the movie. I don't know if you guys seen it. You know Alex, right, Alex?
Mm-hmm.
She tried to do like an accent. The Storm.
In the first one.
Yeah, the first one. She was like, and then the next one she was talking normally.
I gotta see it again.
You forgot already.
Yeah.
Okay, how about Avengers? Remember?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That one you do.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch had an accent at 1st
Mhm.
and then she started talking normally.
I still don't like how they did it with the whole I think they should just in a way like kind of clarify it. Like the way they ended the arc, they could have just ended like that and then just brought her back later on, just like as her own self or like how you said slowly like getting the memories again. We're just like oh shit, and then you're able to kind of like pop her back in there again, like
Mm.
here and there. But yeah, like that part was just a
But
little.
right now, I guess
I didn't like it.
I think it's like it only happens on her arc, I guess. But now that her arc is over, they can do whatever they want because now they're focused on another person. I think that's the whole point.
Mhm.
And again, you gotta think about it too. Like they're getting parts of the novel. So if you picture the novel, if you pick her to do the story, it would make sense. Like she, I don't know where she appears, and then you're like, who the hell is that? Because you're like taking different paths. Because this whole, the Clannad, it's basically based on the novels. So they're following the Nagisa path, but they're also doing all the other paths all together, while still focusing on Nagisa.
Mhm.
So in a way, like that's why it doesn't make sense, I guess, because
Oh.
that's why it's a little bit hard whenever they do like novels, or like those like.
Oh, that makes sense. That actually makes sense, Caesar.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, yeah. I guess if you keep it in mind that
But it's hard
They're
for
doing
us
it in parts.
to do it, yeah.
Mhm.
But it's hard for us to understand that because not all of us would put that extra mile to understand it. We'll be like Tony. Like, what the hell?
yeah.
Kind of bullshit.
Yeah. So like, I guess if you play the game,
Yeah, if you play the game,
this would make sense.
Yeah, because again, like that was first. Like that's the same thing when you read the manga or the manga. Like that's first,
Hmm.
and then when you see the anime, then you're like, what the fuck? This isn't happening. What
Yeah,
the
because
frick?
like, yeah, okay then. And
Naruto was a woman.
I guess if you think about that in that way, it totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Because like
Mhm.
you're following. Okay, now that her story's over, like that happened. Now we're following the story of Hitomi. Hitomi. I had the
The
letters
genius.
mixed
The
around.
genius. Oh yeah, there you go.
The genius. Hitome.
genius.
Or Hitomi.
Or the genius.
The genius. Now that we're following her,
The genius.
that's almost like let's almost like pretend that Fugo story never happened.
Yeah.
And so what would have happened from the get go? You're following more interested in Hitomi.
Then again, like they kind of forgot about her either way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So in a way, those episodes never happened because they lost their memories.
Right. So like
But they
since
still happen.
they don't remember that,
Huh.
and if we're following the game, that would make sense because you're following the other
A
girl
different path.
a different path, and every now and then this girl comes out of nowhere, and like is an appearance, and then just like does stuff and then runs off. Because that's also part of the ghost story that this girl will show up and give you things. So yeah, that
and
makes
then
sense.
they kind of want to make it. They want to expand the whole thing. You know, they don't want to make it like in the visual novel, like one side story. They kind of want to
Mhm.
connect
They're gonna
everything.
fuse all the stories
That's why
together
some
to
things
make it
can't
linear.
connect properly.
Yeah. No, but okay. I appreciate that then. Damn, I kind of feel like maybe we should have played the game first.
That's on PC though. That's the thing. But it kind of would have revealed everything for us.
Yeah, but then
Mm.
again, when you review things, you're
Yeah.
gotta go
But
into.
and then you have to
It's
get through all
blind,
the stories, right? You have to
We
go
had to
into-
read it ourselves too.
Yeah.
So it'll be
Damn.
much longer. That's
It's
why if we're
longer.
gonna watch this, after we finish this season, we'll play the game.
Yeah, that's
and
what
then
I'm
we get to pick which girl we want.
What the fuck? Well, obviously not Fugo because she's dead.
You don't know that.
Okay,
You
she's
never played
uncon-
the game.
She's unconscious. You can't date an
You don't
unconscious
know
girl.
how the story. Maybe we get like a.
We get
we
the
have to
after
sign a
story.
lease that becomes-
Sign a
You get
lease.
the
a
after
lease with the
story,
sister
man.
and the doctor, and then you could do whatever you want with her.
That's not how it works.
you
That's not-
don't know if it's a possibility.
You never know. It's
You never
Japan.
know what yeah,
It
it's
works
Japan.
in Japanimation land.
And then she wakes up when you're doing it, and then Tomoyo-chan.
Oh,
or whatever
God.
name you change. Oh no, Dango 120.
What the fuck? Caesar, why? Leave her pureness alone.
No.
Like no.
No.
It's like,
Only Nagisa should be pure.
oh my god, no! There has to be those two.
The twins.
and the smart one. No, not the
Oh,
twins.
the twins.
The twins.
What's up with you and the
Man.
twins? That's one thing that I like too, is that they have fucked up pasts, and instead of like other harems where they have the quiet smart girl, or the, I forgot what they call them, but there's always that one quiet smart girl,
Yeah,
the bookworm. Like, they don't really explain why she's quiet, but they just go along with the like,
Yeah,
oh, that's
or
how
like
she
she's
is.
shy or something.
Yeah, that's her thing. Like, she's just quiet and whatever.
Like I think the one that actually explains
Mhm.
pretty well is the one the world God only knows. It's the guy who likes to play. He has glasses.
Yeah.
He plays a lot of video games.
Well,
And
he has to like seduce all the
because
yeah.
there's like trapped souls in there.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
he talks about like each one of them. Like one of them's a sports girl, and he talks about
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what kind of path he has to take. Like that's pretty helpful.
Mm.
And when you do it like that.
And then with this one, it's like they're going into it. Like they're like with Kitome, like they're going into it, explaining why she's quiet, why she's always like reading. It's because she had a fucked up past. And I like that. They're gonna explain their quirks rather than just like have it.
Yeah,
said.
because besides the Fuko ghost thing, everything's a little bit like Earth level for us.
Yeah.
Because some things we could,
So
we
not gonna
could
get any
relate
crazier?
or something like that, because it's not too supernatural.
No.
And that's what I kind of like about Clannad, that it's like, yeah, I guess it's like relatable, enjoyable. And
Yeah.
the stories are really good. The pacing is amazing and everything.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. At first, like with Fuko, you kind of had to like
That's a part where they
detach
didn't
yourself
really,
from reality.
Because they didn't really explain to you, like, what is she? An apparition? Or, like, because she's in a coma. And,
I mean, you all accept it.
yeah, you have to accept.
No,
Because
they all
never,
accept that
because they
within
said,
the
then
show.
who is she? And they always skip it, you know, they never really say it. She's a ghost.
Because she's not dead, so
Yeah,
she's not a
she's
ghost.
dead, she's
Oh, he's not really. He's a forced projection.
Yeah, but we don't really know. So
They
I guess
never-
there's
I
that.
don't remember them saying anything about ghosts or anything.
Mm. And then
Even the guy, his friend, like, what is she?
What's
She's
going on?
Just quiet, is like fisting, like, don't make me hit you, buddy.
Where is she, man?
What is she, dude?
once again, this was brought to you by Mo's Asian Bistro.
Most bar.
They were really good
Alright,
dumplings. They dine in, carry out, and deliver.
They have shrimp,
shrimp.
veggies,
sure.
spinach, dumplings.
They weren't really sponsored,
Yeah,
so.
tofu.
They weren't really sponsored.
They weren't sponsored.
They weren't sponsored.
In fact, this
guys.
kind of started out as a review thing, but.
Supposedly on Grubhub it says it's 5 stars. So
Yeah,
There we
Grub.
go.
You know, for an actual review, go to Grubhub. don't go to us.
well, don't take reviews seriously either, because
Yeah, I mean,
So
I was
many
drinking.
pizza
I was
places.
drinking Pepsi. You know, it's brought to you by Pepsi.
right?
And also brought to you by Sony, since we're
Sony.
using this.
PS3.
No, this isn't even Sony. What is this?
It's
Some
decoration.
third company. You know, brought to you by everything. You know, but I like to
Yeah,
highlight
so-
this because it was actually pretty good. Thank you, Caesar.
Brought you by Hulu for showing us.
Bought,
Oh, yeah.
Sponsored by Hulu.
bought to you
Man.
by Caesar,
Oh, yeah.
which
Sponsored
he's
by
paying
Twitch.
for all this.
Subscription $13, I think.
www.twitch.com.
Yeah, this is costing us money.
Yeah.
Give us money, no.
Donations are appreciated.
Donations are appreciated.
Donate for-
Even though we don't have it set
Donate
up.
for children in need.
Yeah.
Children in need.
That's
I
what
mean,
we need.
Yeah, I
Help
thought
us
you did. I
donate
think you
so we
did
can-
have it set up. My bad.
Help us donate so we can help Tony build his own gaming room.
Yes.
For God's sakes. he
Tony
a
needs his
place.
gaming room. Oh man. Well, until then, until we actually feel comfortable with accepting donations that we accept
Bye, guys.
Bye,
later.
guys. See you next
And
week.
YouTube, if you're on my YouTube channel.